Successful people set goals well into the future. Graduate from medical school, start a business, make $1 million. Setting long-term goals pulls them into behaviors aimed at achieving the goals. The influence of setting a goal stretches all the way from the future back into everyday life. Goals define a person's lifestyle. Conscious goals can turn into unconscious goals. We may become so deeply committed to a long-term goal that it takes over our everyday life and we stop thinking about it. When this happens, our goal becomes our autopilot. Conversely, unconscious goals can become conscious goals when we recognize a need to adjust them and then begin to plan accordingly. If circumstances change, new interests arise, old habits become destructive, disease or calamity intervenes, unconscious goals may have to be consciously changed. The community we grow up in usually shapes our early conscious and unconscious goals. We strive to obey the law, be good to others, grow up, get married, and prosper. We also let these norms limit our choices. When someone says, "You can't do that," we often pay heed. Success is possible when we learn to set imaginative and ambitious goals that drive us to live according to our highest ideals. Athletes, business people, and leaders in all endeavors recognize the power of deliberate goal setting. Writing down long-term goals, sub-goals, and intermediate objectives is a big step toward recognizing that they are achievable. The goal setter can visualize achieving them as a kind of journey, and the power of imagining this journey creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once established and maintained with sufficient effort over time, a goal imagined becomes real. Do the thing, and it shall be yours. The way to success is not always plainly marked. Goals are often hidden in the mist. Achievement can mean choosing new directions until goals become clear. Starting confused and with only a vague yearning, Tom Hopkins came to achieve extraordinary success as a sales leader, and later as a premier sales trainer helping more than 3 million people learn the secrets of success. The most necessary skill of all. Tom Hopkins. For years, I've been asked, how did you get it all together and do all you've done? I don't believe people ask in idle curiosity. I think they have the same reason that compelled me when I was 21 to ask much the same question of an extremely successful corporate executive: a sincere desire to learn how to make my own dreams come true. The average human being has the ability to achieve almost anything. Lack of basic capability is rarely the problem. We all have great reserves of untapped power. The problem is almost always in finding out what you want. Before we go any further, let me define how I'm using the word want here. I'm not talking about mere wishes now. I'm talking about wants that gnaw at you. Maybe you think you don't have any gnawing wants. If you think that, you're wrong. You have the wants, but they're bottled up where you can't get at them. Your early experiences and training poured them in and pounded the cork home. And there they sit, building pressure for their next destructive burst of envy and vindictiveness. They may leak out as blind resistance to change, stubborn refusal to put out extra effort, and instant insistence that all your problems are caused by others. Instead of trying to bottle your true wants, learn to understand them. From such understanding springs the knowledge of how to use this vital force to power your drive for greater things. Your drive has to come from this source. There is no other that works for long. It's often the fear of failure that makes us bottle up our wants. But failure isn't the worst possible result. Not trying is. If you try, you can succeed. If you won't try, you have already failed. Do you suffer from this fear? Then decide in advance that you've failed, and after that, go out and give it the best try you're capable of. Lots of us are willing to risk failure, but we still don't exert ourselves. We don't see any reason to. Why? Because we wouldn't do anything very exciting or satisfying with success if we could win it. If that's your problem, you need to give it a lot of attention.